good to be sitting here today with a game this weekend. We ain't got an open week. So, we go into OVC play now and, get into a routine of playing. And it's going to be quite the task. I think the period in OVC, I see it gets better every year, and I think this year's exactly the same. I believe, and this is a message that, that we talk to our team about, and I think they understand. And they live and die by this. I don't think it's a team in OVC that can't beat us, and I don't think it's a team we can't beat. So it turns back around. You look yourself in the mirror. It's all about how we play. So we got to be prepared every week, fight for ways to get better, on a daily basis. And I think our team is very, very bought into doing that. You take our first opponents in Tennessee Tech. They've had a rough start, but a very tough start. You look at their opponents they played. Well, it's a tough schedule. We play a tough non-conference schedule. They got one that's really a tough non-conference schedule. So you can't look at their record. I think they've Coach Satterfield has done a nice job recruiting. I think their personnel is as good as it's been, since I've been here. They look very good on tape. They're athletic. They're big. They're physical, all those things, and they've come up short in some games. But you turn the ball over as many times as they've turned it over, it's hard to win games. And I think that's been the difference in them, winning some games and not being in some games at the end. They've turned it over, 4 and 5, 6 times in a game, and you can't do those things. Just look at ourselves. I mean, we played great against Georgia Tech outside of 3 turnovers. It cost us being in that game at the end with a chance to win the game. I mean, Georgia Tech plays Pitt, Saturday, and Pitt gives up 400-something yards rushing. You look at what we did still again to them with that rushing attack. I mean, we should have been in that game. But point is, in that, you can't turn the football over, and I think Tech has done that. They've turned the ball over. I hope that they continue that, but like I said, they cut the turnovers out. I think the record's a lot different than what it is, but they're doing a great job up there, and their guys play hard. They play physical. So anytime you go on the road in OVC, it's going to be a tall task. But I think our guys will be ready to play. I think they're happy that we're playing, this week and got a ball game, and hadn't got another open week. So I think they're ready to get back on the field and get to practice and work out anything we need to clean up from Saturday.
John, you mentioned Liberty loaded up the box. How much are people doing that to try to load up on Rocs?
It'll be a Saturday ritual. I mean, I don't expect anything different. I mean, that's what Tech's been doing. I mean, people are they're gonna blitz the run. They gonna get 7 to 8 hats in the box every time the ball snapped against us. And if I'm playing us, I'd do the same thing. So, but we feel like we got good receivers, and we feel like we got quarterbacks that can make throws. So I think, Doss proved, Saturday he can make throws. I think Horn can make throws. So we got confidence in both of those guys. So, we're going to take what you give us. If you load the box up, we're going to throw the football, and we're going to make plays through the air. So I think we're very capable of doing that and, being a balanced attack, and that's kind of what we want to be. So, like I said, I expect more of the same of that.
How well has Roc played so far in light of that?
I think really well. I mean, I think he's running the ball extremely well in between the tackles. I think he has a lot, and I don't want to speak for him. He's got a lot of confidence in our offensive line in the way they block, and that makes him want to run it in between the tackles even harder. But he's a physical guy that runs the ball hard, and once you get the ball to him out in space, he's kind of hard to tackle. And so, like I said, I think he's handled that really well, and he's a patient guy. So I mean, he knows we're going. I mean, we want to run the football, so we're going to keep handing it. As much as we're going to throw it, we're going to keep handing it off too. So, like I said, it's just a matter of time. I think when people do that to you, and what we didn't get the other night that we kept hoping for was, explosive plays. You hope when people blitz the run, you get segmented sometimes. We wasn't able to pop that big run that I thought we would pop. You kept kind of waiting on that as the game went on. And Liberty did a nice job. You got to give credit to them. They were able to make tackles and get the ball on the ground, And like I said, I think that's the thing that we got to be able to do is when people blitz the run is be able to create explosive plays and be patient in doing that. But I think he's handled it really well.
Roc, going back through your career all the way through high school, how much have you seen that? And Coach has talked a lot about you trying to prove that you can run between the tackles. How much is that on your mind this year?
It's not too much on my mind. It's just something that, when we come across it, we just got to adjust to it and try to do better as the game goes with stuff like that, because, people are going to try to load the box, put 7, 8, 9 in the box, try to stop the run. But like you said, we're just going to throw it outside when they do that.
How much have you seen that throughout your career?
A lot, but I don't really pay too much attention to it. I don't try to pay too much attention to it.
For Coach Gross and then Joel and Roc, kind of evaluate the progression of this team from 2 weeks ago to Saturday's game as far as improvement?
Well, I think as a whole, we've gotten a lot better. Even handling the off weeks, and I go back to I'm a cup half full guy. So even though you had the 2 off weeks and they were difficult to deal with, I think they really helped us. I think you play an offense like Georgia Tech's is so out of the norm and different. It allowed us to really get ready for that game. And I thought our coaching staff did a nice job in the all season of preparing us at different intervals for that game. But the off week was really good in preparation for the triple option. And I think it showed that in the way we played the triple option. From a defensive perspective, we really shut them down and gave our football team a chance. And then the open week afterwards, everybody talks about you really need open week afterwards because just health-wise. But we really came out of that game pretty healthy, so you really didn't need the week for that. But it was playing a total different end of the spectrum offensively, what Liberty does to what Georgia Tech does. So it took us a few days, I think, to go back and adjust to play into a normal offense. And I think that's where our good work helped us out that open week, going back more to some offense versus defensive stuff. And somebody that's going to run it, you go from somebody that's going to run it 60 times to somebody that's going to throw it 60 times. So I think our guys, the open week really helped us there. But I think we improved. I think we improved in all areas and was able to get better. And like I said, I think that's the main thing with the open weeks and kind of the front end of the schedule, because you're going to see a lot of different type stuff, during the OVC play as we move forward.
And then after looking at the film, what's your evaluation of the other night?
Well, I think Doss is give you 2 good examples. I think of our football team. Doss is a great example of what we want a Gamecock to be. He's a humble guy. He's a selfless guy. Him and Horn complement each other really well, and those guys really have a great relationship. But Doss has been positive. He's been Horn's biggest fan. He wants to play, but not being in the game, he's tried to help Horn as much as he can. He's been supportive. He's been there. He was just so happy to have the opportunity to play Saturday. And I was so glad to see him do so well, and knew he was very capable of that. And there wasn't nobody was more excited in the 25,000 that was here than Horn, So that there are 2 good examples of that and what we cultivate, in our culture and our team. But 2 very, very humble guys. But Dawson's improved. He's gotten better. He gets better every day, just because he comes to work every day, and he don't really worry about yesterday or everything. He focuses on the day he's got and to get better. And I've seen a lot of improvement with him since he's got here, and just understanding of the game, and that's going to continue to get better. But that's going to be a really, really good thing.
Joel, I've heard you defensive guys talk before about turnovers being a point of emphasis. Got a couple big turnovers on Saturday night that really helped out. Could you talk about kind of what the thought is behind turnovers and how you guys react to them, and just what they mean for you as a team?
As a team, as a defense, I think it's just a standard that's set by our coaches that we have to get the ball in our hands. You're out there on the field, you're trying to get 3 and outs, and we're trying to make the game easier for the offense. We're trying to get them more confidence, get them back on the field as fast as possible. So if the first play is a pass play and the ball gets tipped in there, we're looking to get it and get it back to our offense as fast as possible. So we go out there with that mindset, and I think it's the mentality of our defense. We're out here to make plays, so let's make plays.
Goes back to the ball. That's what we talk about in every phase, is this get the ball and take care of the ball. And that turns out that's a lot of the game.
Our coach mentioned the offensive line. How did it feel when BJ caught up with you on about the 2 or 3 yard line touchdown run and gave you that extra push the other day?
Oh, I can't even explain that feeling, because I started backpedaling, and then I felt BJ grab me, and then I felt like I came off the ground a little bit, and then and then I just ended up in the end zone. Tried to take him out to eat after the game.
Kyle moved when he got here.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Cade, can you talk a little bit about, you got some camera time the other day. You choreographed those dances and with those guys?
A few of them, yes. I have one with my older Satchel and with Josh. I actually got a few with Josh. Only one's been seen so far, but it's just something that we come up with in like our spare time because we have a lot of spare time as specialists. So it's just
What period do y'all work at, right?
between every period. Pretty much, yeah. Just whenever we have just some downtime, we gotta find something to do to keep us busy.
Just talk about your work through the off season and everything. Because I know last year you said a lot of times about how you wanted to work on consistency, and you said that out of your mouth. And so, just what have you done, and how's it feel to see it paying off so far?
That was really my main point of emphasis during the off season was being more consistent with everything, punts, kickoffs, and field goals, and having that mindset in the off season. I feel like getting the extra work in over the summer with all the guys, and I feel like it's really paid off, and it's definitely helped my focus in every aspect of my kicking game, and I just feel really good with where I'm at right now. Obviously work to get better every day, but it's definitely paid off.
So you kicked your dad the other night, but you're gonna have a longer field goal than he had.
Oh, of course, that's the first thing I said to him. I've got him by a yard, so I'll take it.
Just one thing, Cade, how much kicking do you talk with your dad, or do you talk any at all?
Very little. He calls me probably 2-3 times a week, asks me how practice is going, and I'll tell him good day, bad day, what happened, if I missed any, and then he gives me any type of advice he can because he's been there, he knows what to do. And same with my brother as well because he's kicked in college, he knows what he's talking about. But every chance I get, I talk to him, ask him what I can get better at, how I can improve, and anything I can do.
Is his support more emotional rather than maybe the technical side of it?
I'd say it's pretty balanced because, yes, he's my dad, but he also, like I said, he knows what he's talking about. And it's very, very helpful, any bit of information I can get from him.